If you're new here, this channel is about the infinite ascension framework. It's a practical approach to staying aligned in a world that's changing faster than humans have evolved to handle it. We explore how modern conditions affect agency, identity, and stewardship. One of those modern conditions is environmental mismatch. That's what I'm talking about today. The modern world isn't neutral. It's shaping you whether you notice it or not. It's hard to survive and thrive in an environment that's constantly pulling you away from yourself. You know, a fish doesn't know it's in water. And so a lot of times we don't even notice our environment. But modern conditions, your environment is pulling you. It begins steering you and your decisions without your permission. The environment changes faster than human biology and psychology. Here's some examples. Constant notifications. If you're scrolling all the time on your phone or on your pad, or even watching television, you're constantly being bombarded with requests and with questions and with mandates. And you don't even notice it's happening a lot of times. So you're endlessly scrolling along and all this input is getting put in your mind and you're not even realizing it's happening. Another thing is artificial lighting. It's an environmental change that was a fantastic thing back in the day when we invented electric light. It was so cool. It changed everything in a good way, in a lot of ways. One thing is it messes with our circadian clock. We're expecting dark and it's light. So we just have to deal with that, and it's possible when I talk about it. Another thing we do is we sit for hours. We sit scrolling. We sit with our phone. We sit in front of the television. We sit around a lot that we didn't used to, and our body is not ready for that. Our body needs movement, and so I talk about that a lot too. Processed foods everywhere. I was so excited about RFK getting into the president's cabinet because I followed this guy for a long time, and not just recently since he's been in the president's cabinet. I followed him from when he was against vaccines, and he's not against vaccines. I don't really want to have to explain this right here, but he's not against vaccines. He's against bad vaccines, and I talk about that quite a bit later. But I was excited because he's also concerned about food and pollution and stuff, everything that's poisoning our bodies. He's concerned about, and he wants to change. And I'm 100% behind him on that. Information overload. We've just been talking about that too, where we're bombarded constantly all day long when we're scrolling through our phones and on whatever screen you're using. Another thing is noise. There's noise pollution. We need silence from time to time. We need to be able to stop what we're doing and just think about what's going on in our brain. And if there's a lot of noise in the background, that's hard to do. I remember a television show I watched one time. This guy calls the police. This is around the turn of the century when things started getting really loud because of machinery and et cetera like that. And he calls the police station and he goes, "I can't handle this. I can't handle all this noise." And the funny thing is, compared to now, that was silent. But there's always more and more noise pollution. And it makes it harder to stop and think. Another thing is digital isolation. Even though we're constantly connected, we're isolated. There's a story. My wife's a retired teacher, and she was telling about a situation where kids go to recess and they don't play like they used to, stand around in a circle and play ball or whatever. They get on their phones. They sit, again, sitting on a swing set or on the seesaw or on the whatever toy is out there. They're sitting on it with the phones in front of their face. And they're connected. They're talking to other people, but not the people right there in their circle. And that's, not always. It's not 100%, but it's a direction that we're heading, and it's, in my opinion, not that great. We need to communicate with the people right here in our circle that we're sitting here talking to. Your brain has evolved to notice danger, and that's what they use on social media is some kind of danger, whether it's danger that you're going to get attacked by some animal or it's, you just get drawn away from your thinking process because you're constantly being bombarded with some kind of danger that makes you look right there at that screen, and you keep looking at it because more and more stuff happens that your brain considers dangerous, and so you're stuck. You're looking at that thing, and you can't stop because your brain doesn't allow you to stop thinking about danger. If there's something dangerous going on, your brain's focused on what's right there in front of you, and you keep doing that. So something that's changed over time, movement has become sitting. It's like I was just talking about. Silence has become constant input. Waiting has become instant gratification. That's something else we need to talk about is we used to be able to think, yeah, something's good is coming. I'm going to wait for it. But now it's like something good is here. I'm going to see it right now. And I don't want anything getting in my way of seeing this thing that I want to see. A lot of people think that it's their discipline is the problem. But a lot of times the environment's overwhelming your system. It's not you. It's you for not deciding that you want to change it, but it's not you because you're doing what you feel natural doing. You're sitting there watching this stuff and your brain is getting bombarded and you're constantly going, yeah, oh yeah, I need to watch this. Oh, look at the next one. Oh, this next one's going to be cool. Unfortunately, we have tools to combat this, and that's one of the things I talk about in the framework. We have what I call the orientation engine, and it's constantly reading the environment. It notices friction before your conscious mind does. And what it does, it tells you through your body and sometimes your mind. It comes in forms like agitation. When you get agitated about something, that's your orientation engine saying something ain't right here. Fatigue. If you're tired, if you're constantly tired, especially, it's like you spent all your energy scrolling. Could be restlessness. You're sitting there and your body knows it needs to move, but it's still sitting there watching this stuff on YouTube or whatever, and it gets restless. Another one's anxiety. You get anxious about this stuff. Your body knows. Your orientation engine knows. Your mind knows that what you're doing right now is not necessarily what our bodies and mind was designed to do. And that's the orientation engine saying something ain't right. That's what we're focusing on here in this framework is my canon is you drift, you notice, you return. It's simple. The concept is very simple. Keeping after it and doing it all the time and making sure you're focused is the hard part. But that's what we're practicing here. So what happens is you drift. The first one is you drift, you notice your return. You drift. Environmental mismatch, what we're talking about today, it produces drift. It where you would have heard your orientation engine loud and clear in the past, it's kind of muffled now because there's so much input going in. And then as you drift, I'm looking at it as a timeline. And here you are, you're going along on the path that you've decided you want to take. You spent your whole life defining this path and how you want to act and how you want to proceed. You're going along. And this is something everybody does. It's not a bad thing. It's human nature. We drift. We can't help it, and nor do we even want to help it. But what we want to do is notice when we drift. We're coming off of that line, and we notice. And the action that we want to take is return. So you're going along, you drift a little bit, you return. Then you go along. You drift a little bit and you return. You keep doing that. It's daily, constantly. You're doing that. It's what we're supposed to do. Go along, you drift a little bit, you notice it, and you return. You can even go a little higher if you want to. Get closer to your ideal situation. But so what's happening with the environmental mismatch that we have today, where we're constantly bombarded, is you go along on your line and you drift a little bit. There's so much noise in the background, you don't hear your orientation engine saying, hey, you're drifting. You need to return. You don't hear it. It's too loud. So you're going along and you're drifting. And you don't catch it, and so you drift a little bit more. And see what's happening here? Here's your line. Here's where you drifted to. That's what we want to do. We want to focus on noticing drift and returning. It's the key. It's the thing. It's talked about in other types of frameworks that people have. But you get to drift, and what happens is drift becomes identity. So down here is now your new identity. If you continue on without any drift from there, you're still below where you want to be. And the cycle feeds itself. You keep going. You might every once in a while go, oh crap, I'm way off what I want to be, and you take a big jump here, and it's a big thing, and it's hard to do. The thing we want to do is notice early, notice quickly. As soon as that orientation engine goes off and you're feeling agitation or fatigue or anxiety, you notice and you jump back, and it's a little jump, and it's easy to do, and you get to a point where you're doing it automatically. So the cycle feeds itself. You just have to be prepared to constantly keep after it. So we're going to talk about calibration a little bit. The environment becomes your ruler unless you consistently choose something else. Daily calibration keeps the environment from becoming your identity, which we don't want. We don't want to fall off and make your identity here and fall off some more and make your new identity here. We want to go along here. You can even jump up. We talk about that. But for sure, we don't want to just keep going down. We want to go along. Your orientation engine goes up. You're drifting. Notice, and you do, and you calibrate. There's a lot of things you can do. One thing that I've done recently is I've re-examined my morning routine. Not everybody even has a morning routine. It's a good thing in my opinion, and it's something you might want to think about, but it's something I do every morning. It takes me pretty close to an hour to do it. It's like, wow, you must not get started till late. No, I get up early. I always have. Sometime between 4 and 5 o'clock is when I get up. And the first hour I spend, what do? I'm not going to go into great detail, but I drink water. I drink 2 full glasses of water first thing in the morning. What happens is your blood gets thicker, and it really does. And you need to thin it out with water. And a lot of other things. Another thing I do is I breathe. There's a lot of things out there talking about how to breathe properly and how to use breath as a condition for improvement. And it's simple. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. Like I said, you can go and find which one fits you. There's different breathing methods for different things. Like, for instance, in the morning when I breathe, I take, I think it's called the 4-2-8 or something like that. And there's a lot of different ones, but I inhale through my nose for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 2, and then let it out slowly through my mouth for a count of 8. Again, it's simple. It's keeping after it that's hard. So you keep doing that. I do it every morning, and I drink every morning, and I also stretch. It's more important when you get old, like me, but it's good when you're younger too. If you stretch when you're younger, it'll be easier when you get older. But that's something I do every morning. I stretch. I have a routine. I stretch as many parts of my body as I can think about, and I change that from time to time. It's the morning routine is solid. It's the same every time, but little things in it can change. Like you can change your breathing exercise a little bit if you want to, or if you find a new one that you like better. You can change your stretching however you want to do it so that it benefits you. Other things are like gratitude, which is not the same thing as thankfulness. I talk about that a little bit, but I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that there is a planet called Earth, and it's beautiful and it's blue. It stands out in the crowd because it's different. It's a place where our human bodies can live and our minds can think. Physical stewardship is one of my big planks. It's not the only one, but you have to keep the body good. You have to keep the body fit. You don't have to be muscle man at the gym or anything like that. You just have to keep moving. You have to get up every once in a while and walk around a little bit. You can take a walk. You can run. I lift weights, and it's, to me, very important, and I think important to everyone, to keep the body going, because the body decides what the brain gets to do. It provides all the nutrients and everything that the brain needs to work properly. So you keep the body good, the mind stays good. Especially when you get older like me, it's important. But it's important to young people too. Same thing as stretching. If you keep your body fit to whatever degree you want to, as long as it's something, it's easier when you get older. So anyway, and while we're talking about stewardship, it includes designing your environment. You know, your room, your bedroom matters, your kitchen matters, your living room, whatever rooms you have in your house that's your environment. It's important. You want to keep your environment positive for yourself. You know, and friendships too. It's not just physical. It's friendships, and the media matters. We want to keep up on what's going on around the world, but we don't want to be adversely affected by it. So, you know, we watch this stuff. I watch about 20 minutes of national news every day, because that's when they come on in the evening news. There's 20 minutes before they go to a commercial break, and one thing I do to prevent friction is I don't watch advertisements as much as I possibly can to get away from them. It's not something I'm recommending. It's just something I do. So, and what can you do to change your environment? Remove one distraction and add a healthy cue. You know, like leaving the book on the bed or on the table instead of leaving it on the bookshelf. Put your phone a little bit further away. You know, we're addicted to our phones now, and in a lot of ways that's good, and a lot of ways it's not so good. But if you scoot it away a little further so that you can't just reach over and grab it every 10 seconds, maybe that'll help. Keep the water visible. I have this glass with me at all times when I'm at home, and I take a bottle of water with me whenever I leave the house. So I always keep water visible. Again, I'm not perfect, and I'm not trying to tell you what I'm doing is exactly what you need to do. It's just, here's some options. If you think, yeah, I need to regain a little agency. I'm starting to drift here and getting away from the life that I thought I was going to have and the life that I want to lead. So, then that brings us to agency. It's we're being ourselves. We're doing what we need to do to be the person that we want to be. And you can't control your environment 100%. There's no way to do that. But you control it enough. It it's what's around you. Your agency is what's in the next 12 inches from your body, or 6 feet from your body, or 100 feet from your body, or what's on your screen. So I'm going to ask, what environments make you your best self? Something to think about. Which ones quietly drain you? Someone that I think should be something you consider. And where do you constantly make poor decisions? Something you need to think about, and maybe you might want to change them. So here's some one-liners I like to talk about from time to time. The environment whispers before it shouts. It's your orientation engine. It talks quietly when you're going along your line. You start to drift. It says, "Hey, you're drifting," and you can ignore it. It's easy when it starts out. "Hey, you're drifting," and you don't do it, and you ignore it. "Hey, you're drifting." You can still ignore it. You get down here, pretty soon physical things happen. You get pains, and your shoulder's been up for so long that you're and your jaw's so tight you can't loosen it. So, yeah, your orientation engine talks quietly at first, then it gets louder and louder, and you can continue to ignore it. But in my opinion, you shouldn't. You should listen. You should attempt to hear it when it's whispering, and it's that little jump. Your environment's always talking to you, and your orientation engine is talking back, basically. Here's something that I want to leave you with. It's a practical challenge, if you will. You walk through your house. In every room, decide, does this environment help the person I want to become? If not, make one little change. And then do that again. Next day, go into another room, remove another thing. Next day, another thing, and keep repeating until you get rid of all the things that are distracting you. Maybe your phone, maybe a TV, maybe it could be anything, but just recognize that there are things in your environment that are causing you to drift. You're going to drift anyway. It's human nature. As I said, you're going to drift. But you notice and you return. Drift, notice it, listen to your orientation engine, return. And you're going on a smooth line, the line that you want your life to be. Recognize that there are a lot of things going on now that are trying to distract you from that. And the reason that this whole thing even came about is because we're heading into something that humanity has never had to deal with before. It's never had a situation like that. And I'm talking about AI, and I'm talking about tech advancements. Things are going to change in our lives, whether we want them to or not, pretty dramatically. The thing that I would like to offer is an opportunity to stay aligned, so you're not drifting and letting all this stuff keep you from doing what you want to do. The process is simple. Keeping after it. That's the hard part.